Thierry Henry announced after the game, the new owner of the FA Cup is coming. Manchester United came out victorious with a fantastic comeback against Fulham. De Gea and Bruno Fernandes star in the match. We go to the next round. Commenting on BT Sport after the match, former football player Thierry Henry praised Manchester United. Thierry said, "Manchester United are not giving up anymore no matter what. They were the superior side at every moment of the match. Everyone talks about the referee, but the referee ran a very fair match. As I always say, Manchester will win the FA Cup." Thierry Henry has been saying lately that Manchester United will win the FA Cup, and he is sure of this claim. "Now, our opponent in the semi-finals will be Brighton, and we will try to reach the final by eliminating the Seagulls." Erik ten Hag heaps special praise on Bruno Fernandes after FA Cup quarter-final win. Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag paid special tribute to Bruno Fernandes after his impressive performance against Fulham in the quarter-finals of the FA Cup. The Red Devils had an even opening half at Old Trafford yesterday, but Fulham stepped up their performance after the break as Aleksandar Mitrovic found the net. A string of world-class saves from David De Gea kept United in the game, and they eventually capitalized with Fulham going down to 9 men in the 72nd minute of the tie. Speaking after the 3-1 win, Ten Hag added that Fernandes was a great leader at Old Trafford and put on a really good game. Ten Hag said, "I think mostly of Bruno Fernandes. He's a great leader, playmaker, he played a really good game and he finally got his goal by scoring." Fernandes was not at his vintage best against the Cottagers, but he was heavily involved. He had 84 touches with 48 passes, he won an impressive 7 duels and 4 tackles. The Portuguese eventually made the lead with 2 goals, and it was no surprise that he was voted the man of the match by the fans in a poll by the club. United will now face Brighton and Hove Albion in the FA Cup semi-finals at Wembley Stadium on April 22. Before that, they have 6 important matches in the Premier League and the Europa League. Blow for Manchester United as Harry Maguire is ruled out of the FA Cup semi-final. Manchester United captain Harry Maguire will miss the FA Cup semi-final match against Brighton and Hove Albion at Wembley Stadium. United manager Erik ten Hag praised Maguire yesterday for his leadership qualities and improvement on the field. The 30-year-old appeared to be turning a corner at the club, but his performance against Fulham won't do much good to him. Early in the match, Maguire needlessly fouled Aleksandar Mitrovic and was shown a yellow card. It was his second booking of the FA Cup campaign due, and he will now be suspended from the semi-final clash scheduled next month. Manchester United fans probably won't be too disappointed with Maguire's suspension. Rafael Varane and Lisandro Martinez are the first-choice couples in the back. If Varane had not been injured in the game against Fulham, Maguire would probably have been on the bench. Graham Potter's departure did not impress them, and Roberto De Zerbi did an excellent job at the head of the team. Ten Hag will need their best players from the start in the semi-finals, and this list does not include Maguire. Luke Shaw makes admission about Manchester United teammates ahead of international break. Luke Shaw has admitted that Manchester United players may be struggling with a bit of fatigue against Fulham. Since the resumption of football after the World Cup, United have essentially played 2 games a week for a period of 3 months. The fixture list has been unrelenting, and it seemed to have finally taken a toll against Fulham in the FA Cup. United played with Fulham on Sunday afternoon, just 3 days after beating Real Betis in Spain in the Europa League. Shaw, speaking to MUTV after the game, reflected on the eventful 90 minutes, and he admitted United weren't at their best. The defender said the performance lacked intensity and also identified fatigue as a possible explanation for the display. Manchester United's positive contract talks with Marcus Rashford. Talks are progressing well, and the club is said to be confident in extending its deal, according to Dean Jones, speaking to Give Me Sport. Rashford has returned this season with 27 goals and 9 assists in all competitions. The only problem for United is that his contract expires next year. "I think they're moving in the right direction on this one," Jones said. Rashford may wait to sign a new contract at United until the takeover is complete, especially if their agents and representatives think they can get an even bigger package. I think Rashford will definitely stay with the team and sign a new contract. £200,000 a week star could be difference in title race at Old Trafford. Journalist Pete O'Rourke told Gimsport that Manchester United would guarantee almost 20 to 30 goals in a season if they sign Harry Kane. The Red Devils are believed to be on the hunt for a new striker ahead of the summer transfer window, and Erik ten Hag could move for Tottenham Hotspur's leading striker. ESPN claimed in January that signing Wout Weghorst on loan was only a temporary choice for United, and Kane was on their list of potential long-term goals. Naples' Victor Osimhen and Red Bull Salzburg's Benjamin Sesko are also said to be on ten Hag's radar. However, a recent report from Sky Sports has stated that Kane's future could be unresolved heading into the next winter window, with Tottenham not willing to sell him this summer. The England national team has entered the final 18 months of his current £200,000 a week contract, but this means the North London team will risk losing him on a free transfer. So what's your opinion on this? Would you like to see Kane in Manchester? All the Manchester United players representing their nations in the upcoming international break. Manchester United took their place in the FA Cup semi-finals after seeing Fulham in a decisive 3-1 win at Old Trafford. Club action now takes a short break for the next fortnight and will resume on April 2 for the Reds, when they face Newcastle United at St James Park. If it was up to Erik ten Hag, he'd likely much rather keep all his players wrapped up in bubble wrap until the international break passes, ensuring all his key men stay fit for the hectic end to the season on the horizon. To be honest, playing every midweek and weekend fixture for practically the whole season so far should have earned them a break, but if anything, it's made them more in demand. Several Reds were called up to represent their countries over the next 2 weeks, either in friendlies or in UEFA Euro 2024 qualifying matches. Here is the list of those who will go to the national team. England: Marcus Rashford, Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire. Portugal: Bruno Fernandes and Diogo Dalot. Brazil: Antony and Casemiro. Netherlands: Tyrell Malacia and Wout Weghorst. Argentina: Lisandro Martinez. Austria: Marcel Sabitzer. Uruguay: Facundo Pellistri. Danilo turned down lucrative offer from United to stay at Juventus. Danilo recently extended his contract with Juventus to show his long-term commitment to the club. The Brazilian fullback is seen as a key player at Allianz Stadium and is a player Max Allegri can count on. Danilo will remain at the club until 2025, but Tuttomercato claims he received a lucrative offer from Manchester United to leave Juve and return to England.